Pleased to be joined by Desireé Reed-Francois, Athletics Director at the University of Arizona. Desireé, I want to ask you a question that we got on the air on Monday. A woman called and she said she's so frustrated by the transfer portal and seeing the players that she follows. She was talking specifically about men's and women's basketball enter into the portal, and she essentially asked us what we would tell fans about how to handle that. I want to pitch that question to you because you're right in the middle of it. What do you tell fans of the Wildcats about how to get through this era that we're living in now, where the kids that they're cheering for in 2024 and starting to love might not be here in 2025?
Well, it is certainly, I can understand fans' frustration and their concerns, but you know what? The University of Arizona never changes. This is a really special place, and we are going through the biggest transformation in college sports history. Now, we're about to go into the most likely, assuming that Judge Wilkins signs or ratifies the settlement on April 7th, and it could be that day, it could be a week from then, we don't know. So we are making plans as if that settlement will go through, and if so, revenue share is going to help give us a little more order to this really challenging time that we are living in. But, two things that don't change. In the end, we're still about educating and mentoring young people. And that's why that career event was so special, and why those just deliberate interactions with our student athletes and getting to know them as so much more than a number, that will never change. In the end, these are someone's sons and daughters, and we have a responsibility to educate them and to mentor them and help them achieve their hopes and dreams. And the second thing that's never going to change is our job is to help our student athletes, our coaches, our staff to connect with the community. We have to connect with these new student athletes. Maybe the days of us having a student athlete for 4 or 5 years, maybe that will change a little bit. I do think that some of these bumps and bruises that we're going through as we're transforming, they're going to get better. But like any massive change, you are going to have those bumps and bruises. But we're going to come out on the end, and we're going to remember that we have the privilege of bringing people together, and we're all cheering for the Wildcats.
A lot of questions, Desireé, surrounding the current state of the women's basketball program. What update can you give us on what your mindset is there? You've got a coach in Adia Barnes who's about to potentially go into a season without a new contract. Update us on what you can about the status there.
Well, we are going to give Coach every opportunity, and you just talked a little bit about the transitory nature and how things have, people are transferring in and transferring out, and we are seeing a little bit of a change. So we're going to give Coach Barnes every opportunity to be successful, like we do with all of our coaches. We support all of our coaches and going to make sure that we're providing the excellence around them. And that's what we're going to do with Coach Barnes.